What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race picks for the 2023 Ally 400. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. After a one-week break for the NASCAR off-week, the NASCAR Cup Series is back, and for the first time this season, we will be on the NBC Sports Network at Nashville Superspeedway, a 1.33-mile racetrack that is going to be very, very tricky and very, very difficult to pass, but should provide some really good racing with the new intermediate package because the race last year was really, really good. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So weather for this weekend is looking a lot better than it looked in the early portion of the week. It's going to be 88 degrees as a high with 69 degrees as low front, only a 20% chance of rain. With the green flag, there will be only partly cloudy skies. Really good weather for this weekend. Make sure to bring some shorts out to the track, but compared to a couple days ago, the weather is looking much better for this weekend. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's talk about how the picks work on this channel. I do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers expect to struggle throughout the weekend who have struggled throughout the year or I think are going to have a bad week. 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers expect run really, really good at under front equipment who have been having good runs, who need a really good runner shot in their arm. And I do my winners pick, the driver I think is going to win. And then I do drivers need to watch out for, and I got 5 drivers need to watch out for alongside the winner, which is different than my Xfinity series and trucks, where I do 4 for each of those series. So now, let's jump into picks. Who is my first suck pick for the Ally 400? My first suck pick is the driver of the 43 car for Legacy Motor Club, Eric Jones. Look, Eric Jones has been horrendous and has struggled in the 2023 season. A lot of people coming this year thought Eric Jones was going to be a playoff threat. And I thought the same, that he was going to be a playoff threat and was going to be a playoff contender. Unfortunately, though, this year has not really worked out for him. Legacy Motor Club in general has had a lot of issues. They had a big penalty they just can't hand it to. Of course, they're going to appeal that penalty. But they've been having a lot of major issues so far in the 2023 season that I think is going to affect them. I think Eric Jones, sadly, is going to struggle this weekend at Nashville Superspeedway. My second suck pick for this weekend is a driver who I also thought was going to be much better this year compared to last year, but has not been very, very good. And even on road courses outside Dakota, this guy has struggled. My second suck pick is Austin Cindric. When you look at the statistics for Austin Cindric, I think he's only had maybe 1 or 2 top 10 finishes so far in the 2023 season through the first 16 races of the year, which is not very good compared to last year, where Austin Cindric had, of course, won the Daytona 500 and was a playoff threat throughout the season. So far, it's not been a good year for Austin Cindric, and in Ford, of course, it struggles. I think that's a big part of why they've been struggling. But I think Austin Cindric is not going to have a good run, and I think he's going to struggle this weekend at Nashville Superspeedway. And now we're going to go ahead and jump on the underdog picks for this weekend at Nashville. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick is a driver who has kind of struggled throughout the 2023 season. I haven't picked much so far in 2023. But I go back to tracks like Martinsville where he ran really, really good and dominated the early portion race for a speeding penalty. And I also go back to a couple times when he ran the Truck Series in 2021 and 2022. And this guy won both of those races. My first underdog pick is going to be Ryan Preece. I feel like Ryan Preece is going to have a really, really strong run this week and contend for a top 10 and a top 15. Obviously, Stewart-Haas Racing is not the best equipment right now, though they are making some big personal changes this upcoming offseason. But I think Ryan Preece is going to have a pretty solid run this weekend. He's currently 25th in the points, had a decent run at Sonoma recently, too. And I think he's going to continue that momentum, and I think he's going to have a better run and have a contend for a top 15 this weekend at Nashville. My second underdog pick for this weekend is a driver who did very, very well and has done pretty well for his standards so far this year. Has kept his nose clean in general and hasn't made a lot of mistakes out on the racetrack. My second underdog pick is going to be Ty Gibbs. Like I said, Ty Gibbs has really improved as a driver as the year has progressed and is a playoff contender currently at the moment. And I think of how fast Toyota has been getting especially, I think Ty Gibbs is going to have a very, very solid run. Will contend for a potential top 10 finish, and I think Ty Gibbs will have some pretty good pace and really good speed and will contend for a very, very strong run this weekend at Nashville Superspeedway. And now we're going to go ahead and jump on the winner's pick for the Ally 400. Who is my winner's pick? The last couple times he ran here at Nashville, Hendrick Motorsports has won. In 2021, Kyle Larson won. Last year in 2022, we saw Chase Elliott win. Even though the Joe Gibbs cars dominate, we saw Chase Elliott end up getting the victory. This time around, I think Hendrick is going to get their third straight win. I am going to pick Kyle Larson to pick up his third victory of the 2023 season this weekend in Nashville. Look, Kyle Larson's probably had arguably the fastest car so far in the 2023 season, but has not been able to capitalize on it so far in 2023 in a lot of races. However, I think he's going to capitalize this weekend. I think he's not only going to have a dominant car like he did in 2021, but I think he's going to be up front. I think he's got some great pace and great speed, and I think he gets his third win in 2023, technically fourth win if you count the All-Star race. I think Kyle Larson gets win number 3 of the 2023 Cup Series season. And now we're going ahead and jump on the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend in Nashville. Which drivers am I watching out for? The first driver to watch out for is a driver of the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott, of course, won the last time we were here at Nashville Super Speedway. And Chase Elliott has been up and down, of course, so far in the 2023 season. Has also missed a lot of races so far. But I think Chase Elliott's going to be really fast. We raced at a track very similar to that being Darlington. They did pretty well there, ended up finishing in 3rd or 4th place, albeit with a controversial finish. But I think Chase Elliott still has a chance to make the playoffs on points. I think he's got a shot to have a really good run. I think he will contend for a top 5 finish this weekend. He contend for a win this weekend at Nashville. The second driver to watch out for this weekend is a driver of the 23 car for 23XI Racing, Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace had a really good 2023 season. He's had a couple weeks where it hasn't gone as good, but I think Bubba Wallace has a really big bounce back week. It seems like 23XI is improving overall as an organization. Bubba Wallace himself is improving as a driver as well. I think he's going to be a factor. I think he's going to be a contender, and I think he's going to have a really good chance and a very, very good shot to potentially get his first victory of 2023. I think he's got a good chance to get it done. The third driver to watch out for this weekend in Nashville is a driver in the 19 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Martin Truex Jr. I haven't really picked Martin Truex Jr. too much this season, but I feel like it's time to start picking him a lot because Martin Truex Jr. has probably more momentum in the Cup Series right now than anybody else. He just picked up the most recent win at Sonoma Raceway, has led a lot of laps. I think he's led 200, 300 laps the last 4 or 5 weeks combined. Led a lot of laps at Kansas, was dominant car early day at Darlington. I think Martin Truex Jr. is going to be a factor. Joe Gibbs is really strong here last year. I think Martin Truex Jr. will have a very strong run this weekend at Nashville. The fourth driver to watch out for this weekend is the driver of the 8 car for Rich Choice Racing, Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch has got a lot of momentum right now and is really coming into his own. Kyle Busch already has 3 wins this year, and he's been really, really fast. Finishing the top 10 at Darlington, won at Gateway, also finished in the top 10. I think he ended up finishing in 6th at the start off with the Coca-Cola 600. Didn't have a good run in the All-Star race, but he also finished runner-up at Sonoma Raceway, led laps. I think Kyle Busch is going to be a factor. I think he's going to be a contender, and I think he's going to have a really good chance and a really good shot to potentially get his 4th victory, become the first 4-time winner of 2023. And the 5th final driver to watch out for this weekend in Nashville is a driver of the 24 car for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. William Byron right now has been really, really fast this year. I know Sonoma did not go as good for him, but it seems like an anomaly because I feel like William Byron, for a lot of people right now, is the championship favorite. It might be my championship pick currently at the moment right now. And he was really, really good at Darlington. Actually won when we were at Darlington. And like I said, already had 3 wins so far in the 2023 season. He seems a lot more composed, and I think he's going to have a really good chance and a really good shot to get it done. I think William Byron is easily going to be a massive contender for the victory, and I think he will be a threat to get the victory this weekend in Nashville. Watch William Byron because I think he's got a really good shot and a great opportunity to get the victory this weekend at Nashville. So, those are my race picks for the NASCAR Cup Series race at the LA 400. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Eric Jones, Austin Cindric. My underdog picks are Ryan Preece, Ty Gibbs. My winner's pick is Kyle Larson. And the ones to watch are Chase Elliott, Bubba Wallace, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, and William Byron. Those are my race picks. So, that's going to be it for the race picks video for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Nashville Super Speedway for the LA 400. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel, notifications on so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Link description below that, and comment your picks below for this weekend's Cup Series race at Nashville. Let me know your 2 suck picks, let me know your 2 underdog picks, let me know your winner's pick, and let me know the drivers you're keeping your eyes out for this weekend at Nashville. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we'll have 2 videos on the channel. We'll have a NASCAR news video, and we'll also have the Truck Series race view from Nashville Super Speedway. Then on Saturday, have the NASCAR Xfinity Series race view, and I might have a second video on the channel, but likely not happening. Then on Sunday, I might have 2 videos on the channel, maybe a special video dropping early in the day. And then, of course, we'll have the NASCAR Cup Series race review from Nashville as well on the channel. Then next week, we got Chicago Street Course stuff. We're going to start talking about that. We'll probably be a special video talk about Chicago Street Course weekend overall. We got a lot of content dropping revolving around that. We're getting close to 2,000 subscribers on the channel, so if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.